MusicBrainz is a project that aims to create an open content music database. Similar to the FreeDB project, it was founded in response to the restrictions placed on the CDDB. MusicBrainz captures information about artists, their recorded works, and the relationships between them. Recorded works entries capture at a minimum the album title, track titles, and the length of each track. These entries are maintained by volunteer editors who follow community-written style guidelines. Recorded works can also store information about the release date and country, the CD ID, cover art, acoustic fingerprint, freeform annotation text and other metadata. As of the 25th of October 2015 update, MusicBrainz contained information about roughly 1 million artists, 1.5 million releases, and 15 million recordings. End users can use software that communicates with MusicBrainz to add metadata tags to their digital media files, such as MP3, OGG Vorbis or AAC. Cover art archive. MusicBrainz allows contributors to upload cover art images of releases to the database. These images are hosted by Cover Art Archive, a joint project between Internet Archive and MusicBrainz started in 2012. Internet Archive provides the bandwidth, storage and legal protection for hosting the images, while MusicBrainz stores metadata and provides public access through the web and via an API for third parties to use. As with other contributions, the MusicBrainz community is in charge for maintaining and reviewing the data. Cover art is also provided for items on sale at Amazon.com and some other online resources. But CAA is now preferred because it gives the community more control and flexibility for managing the images. Fingerprinting. Besides collecting metadata about music, MusicBrainz also allows looking up recordings by their acoustic fingerprint. A separate application, such as MusicBrainz Per Card, must be used for this. Proprietary services. In the year 2000, MusicBrainz started using Relatable's patented TRM for fingerprint matching. This feature attracted many users and allowed the database to grow quickly. However, by 2005 TRM was showing scalability issues as the number of tracks in the database had reached into the millions. This issue was resolved in May 2006 when MusicBrainz partnered with MusicBrainz, replacing TRM with MusicDNs. TRMs were phased out and fully replaced by MusicDNs in November 2008. Acoustic and Chroma. In October 2009, MusicBrainz was acquired by Amplifind. Sometime after the acquisition, the MusicDNs service began having intermittent problems. Since the future of the free identification service was uncertain, a replacement for it was sought. The Chroma acoustic fingerprinting algorithm, the basis for acoustic identification service, was started in February 2010 by a longtime MusicBrainz contributor Lucas Lalinski. While Acoustic and Chroma are not officially MusicBrainz projects, they are closely tied with each other and both are open source. Chroma works by analyzing the first 2 minutes of a track, detecting the strength in each of 12 pitch classes, storing these 8 times per second. Additional post-processing is then applied to compress this fingerprint while retaining patterns. The Acoustic search server then searches from the database of fingerprints by similarity and returns the acoustic identifier along with MusicBrainz recording identifiers if known. Licensing. Since 2003, MusicBrainz's core data are in the public domain, and additional content, including moderation data, is placed under the Creative Commons CC by NC SAR 2.0 license. The relational database management system is PostgreSQL. The server software is covered by the new General Public License. The MusicBrainz client software library, libMusicBrainz, is licensed under the new Lesser General Public License, which allows use of the code by proprietary software products. In December 2004, the MusicBrainz project was turned over to the MetaBrainz Foundation, a non-profit group by its creator Robert K. On the 20th of January 2006, it was announced that the first commercial venture to use MusicBrainz data is the Barcelona, Spain-based Linkara in their Linkara Musica service. On the 28th of June 2007, BBC announced that it has licensed MusicBrainz's live data feed to augment their music web pages. The BBC online music editors will also join the MusicBrainz community to contribute their knowledge to the database. On the 28th of July 2008, the beta of the new BBC Music site was launched, which publishes a page for each MusicBrainz artist. Client software: Amarok, KDE audio player; Banshee, multi-platform audio player; Clementine, multi-platform audio player; CDEX, Microsoft Windows CD Ripper, i.e. AtBrainz, Mac OS X deprecated; JCOS, Java Mass Tag Editor; Max, Mac OS X CD Ripper and Audio Transcoder; MP3 Tag, Windows Metadata Editor and Music Organizer; MusicBrainz Picard, cross-platform album-oriented tag editor; MusicBrainz Tagger, deprecated Microsoft Windows Tag Editor; Puddle Tag, a tag editor for PyQt under the GPL v3; Rhythmbox Music Player, an audio player for Unix-like systems; Soundjuicer, GNOME CD Ripper; Foo_MusicBrainz component for Foobar 2000 music library, audio player; Beats, automatic CLI music tagger, organizer for Unix-like systems; Zortum MP3 Media Studio, Windows Music Organizer and ID3 tag editor. FreeDB clients can also access MusicBrainz data through the FreeDB protocol by using the MusicBrainz to FreeDB Gateway service, MB2 FreeDB.